So Diddy came out all right today, really. That was a W for him, only getting hit with 50 months, 4 years, 2 months. Man, I seen some platform out here, a real large platform, talking about Diddy just got hit with football numbers. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm so sick of the clickbait bullshit. And people rock with that, though. I don't know, man. But that's how a lot of cats get the numbers up. People like to engage with the bullshit and suspend their disbelief in a major way. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what you think about that. If you see a lot of the clickbait, bozo, bullish games going on, man. But 4 years, 2 months ain't bad. And maybe I could be wrong, right? I'm no legal analyst. I understand the law to a degree, but I feel like there's a possibility of appealing the sentence on certain grounds. There's a lot of wildish when it comes to this case that the defense was trying to push, and being that he took this thing to the jury and didn't strike a plea or whatever, the Mann Act with its racist origins and Diddy's swinger lifestyle, pause, is not something that the law is up on and the attorneys were pushing for. But nonetheless, man, he came out all right. He didn't get the time served type sentence he wanted, but he also didn't get that 11 that the prosecution was trying to push for. But football numbers, I just don't know where that bullshit comes from. But we got two individuals tapping in on this. One you see is 50 Cent, and then right below him 1090 Jake. So Fifth says, hey, whoever was booking Diddy for speaking engagements, I heard he won't be able to make it. I'm available. And Quick's like, I hope he didn't book that engagement. So I know exactly what Fifth was talking about with that one. I guess maybe he had some kind of shit he was trying to line up. I'm not privy to what the pictures, but it's got Dougie Fresh, the lottie-dottie, the part where he's talking about dry your eyes, don't cry. And then 1090 Jake.
Sentenced to over 4 years in federal prison, putting an end to the freakiest case in hip-hop history. Acquitted on charges of racketeering and trafficking, which was a major win.
That's what the prosecution was trying to argue too, was like, hey, with the way it all falls with the guidelines, we need it to fall on where it's supposed to, not them trying to max him out just because they couldn't get him convicted on the harsher charges that they wanted. We don't want them to max him out when they shouldn't, in the defense's eyes, that would be unlawful. You know what I mean? That'd be like they were penalizing him and sentencing him, crime and punishment, right? That they were trying to punish him for what they couldn't get him for.
In July, Diddy was found guilty of 2 lesser counts of flying hoes out. After having 2 of his mansions raided and a ton of lubricating evidence being recovered, federal prosecutors asked for an 11-year sentence, but they were denied by the judge. Officially sentenced to 4 years and 2 months, Diddy has been given 14 months credit for the time that he's already served, so in total, he only has to serve 3 years. Now, federal prison, like the state of Florida, requires 85% of the sentence to be completed. So he'll be out in just over 2.5, putting his release date at 2028. Now, as far as federal prison, Diddy's going to be sent to either a low or a camp, meaning he's going to be nowhere near the violence, the gangs.
Yeah, shit's going to be sweet club fed time. I'm sure Diddy will be in there. Love Diddy, dislike Diddy. Also, everyone, let me know, how do you feel about Diddy overall? Like, with all the headlines, everything, and the interview with the Punisher that Killer Cam had. Pause. That shit was crazy, man. Fucking veil on over his face, or the Yankee fitted, watching Cassie get bust down, man. But ultimately, the other 2 victims didn't corroborate what the feds were trying to push for, with Cassie as fitting this racketeering ex-trafficker behavior that they were claiming. Hell, victim 3 had just been trying to argue for leniency with Diddy, just leading into the sentencing. There was a lot of people like, yo, this man paid him off. But yeah, man, it's gonna be sweet. But that's what I was gonna say. Like him, dislike him, love him or hate him, Diddy accomplished a lot. This is a guy that knows how to get shit done. Even before he was Diddy in the rap game that we know of him, right? He was Diddy, the party promoter, who was able to take hip hop to other places and spaces that other people couldn't. You know what I mean? Where a lot of clubs and shit would be like, we don't want that hip hop bullshit up in here. Diddy could get it done. You know what I mean? And then obviously the run he had in the rap game, a lot of people are like, yo, but he was Clive Davis's boy toy, pause, to get his foot in the door. I mean, there's so many ways to look at this all, but I'm sure he's going to be getting focused, working out, chilling in Club Fed for a couple years, and come home with all kinds of ideas and motivation and plans in place. It's Diddy, you know what I mean? Like the dude, the dude has done a lot, you know, but join the discussion. Let's talk about it.
The stabbings. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the life of the party and it ends up looking something like this. Diddy was just sentenced to over 4 years in federal prison, putting an end to...
So let's see what people are talking about in the comments. He probably not even in jail, to be honest. There's some conspiracy theorist-ish right there. Come on, don't fall for this wild like, don't get me wrong, there's conspiracies and shit, but this ain't one of them, man. Bro, you don't know what you're talking about. Like or dislike 1090 Jake, I feel like he gave a pretty good you know, like, people just be talking to talk sometimes, man. Again, anyone out there, make sure you subscribe, tap in. You know, we just try to keep it a buck over here and talk on shit. We try not to get lost in the sauce or caught up in the hyper narratives. You know what I mean? Again, 1090 Jake's a guy that people probably love and hate. But I mean, what was not accurate there on what the man said? 1090 says, there's a reason I'm in my position and you're in yours. Ooh, 1090 clapping back. Whatever campy end up about to be blessed, them guys gonna have it easy his whole duration. Everyone's books might be full weekly. He'll be out in a year. He already got in 2. No, he doesn't. He just passed the 1 year mark. See, people be talking bullshit. The way time flies, he'll be home in no time. Did he sentence to 50 months with 12 months time served? Let's see, at the end, halfway house eligibility, that would take the remaining to one. Bottom line, if he gets all credit time served, yeah, there's programs you could do a lot of times with Fed cases too to get time knocked off. That's, I think, really the only part 1090 didn't tap into. His 1090 did time in a state prison, different prison system, but I felt like he was pretty accurate there, right? He said in full halfway house placement, he'd realistically be out of prison custody in about 1 year from sentencing, give or take some days. So I don't know. Maybe that's what they're talking about, that 1090 didn't know what he was talking about with the release date, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, tap in, y'all. Fifth, getting at him. You know that ain't going to stop. I'm not sure exactly what he was referencing, though, with these speaking engagements. Did he have a bunch of shit lined up that I missed, that he was talking about he was coming home to, or what? And you heard 1090's take on it all. Give me your take below, the case, everything. And like I was saying, appealing the sentence. I think there is a possibility, right? Or maybe I'm wrong, but maybe he would want to leave that being that he got hit on the light end. Pause. But look forward to talking with y'all. Tap in. I'm gone.